Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Flushed out right. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Trubisky to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 6 yards, and it's 3rd down.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jackson. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. Set. Hey, come on.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
On third down, Jansen. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Derrick Henry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon. And that's what looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. We're scoreless after one. At the line, prepping for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Motion. 18.
Now a handoff looking right. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Exit. 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. This one caught by Davis. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2000.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
The score, Bears 7, Panthers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Bears.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. From just shy of midfield, Trubisky. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Jackson now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Ready? Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. They'll have a first down past the 40. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll run it again with Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
3rd and 4.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. And 58 is a mic.
From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch it up.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Aguilar has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. Sliding out of the pocket. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
On 1st down, Henry. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Henry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. And it's caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Henry, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
We play to win. Let's go.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Right here. Check 15. Check 15. Shit. Hey, ball.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run. Montgomery. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
18.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season, as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 39. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Lock in, lock in.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Off the toss, Cohen. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arsenal. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Being chased out left. He's got it. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it. Here we go on fourth down. And some room to run now. He's at the 40.
Wrap up.
Still moving. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 77 yards as the Bears push further out. You play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts.